In the earlier videos on the Tickspeedometer, I promised to do some commodities, so here we go. We've done index futures, we've done a lot on currency futures, now we're on commodity futures, and the first one we've got here is coffee, the KC contract, very popular contract. And the time frames I've got here, I've got the 1 minute, the 3 minute, and at the bottom I've got the 5 minute. And I'm running off the fib numbers here, so this is, as you can see, literally just changed there. So this was on 13, so we want to change that to 8. So we just click on the chart, type in the 8, and that changes it to, we're now on the 8 tick for that one. Alongside that is the 3 minute, we're on 34, so that's 21, so we need to change that. So let's change that to 34. There we go, and finally up to the top right. That's on 5 minute, that's on 55. So there we go, we've just changed that one over. We're now running at the right tick speeds for the various time frames. And a nice little bit of price action there on the fast chart, just developing on the slightly slower time frames. So that's on coffee, works in exactly the same way, but look at the difference in the tick settings. You know, when you look at other contracts, and you see this wild variation in the tick chart settings for each instrument, it really does bring home this point that guessing the tick settings for the charts is really it's a fool's paradise in many ways. So that's coffee. Let's have a quick look at cotton. I've got all these symbol links here. This little icon here, the S, that means they're symbol linked in yellow. So all these are symbol linked. So it's very quick and easy to change any of these. We just type in one of them. I'm just going to put in the cotton, which is CT. That will change them all over. There we go. And again, we get a completely different perspective. So now this one needs to be 5. So we'll just change that to 5 tick. This one, the 3 minute here needs to be 13. So let's change that one, and finally up at the top, that's also 13 at the moment. So there we go, that's changed those over. So that's on cotton, but exactly the same as you would expect, all running in orange at the moment, so ticking along. And finally on to sugar, which is the SB. Let's just type that in there we go. Pulls those up. And quite a big difference here. It's quite unusual. And what's interesting is the uptick in activity, because we're early doors on the session, hasn't actually flowed through yet into the slower time frame of the 5 minute. But you can see immediately the difference in the tick settings for this particular contract as opposed to the previous one. So this one needs to be at 55. So we just type 55 in there, activate that particular chart. There we go. This one is running at 233, so we type 233 in there, and this one is still running at 34, but that will pick up in a few minutes because that will reflect the fact that we are seeing a lot of activity flowing through the market from our 55 through to our 233, and that will reflect a higher tick count. There we go. In fact, it's just happened as I was speaking there. So that chart is now 610, so let's just activate that, type in 610, the command line, there we go. So we're now running on 610 tick. And again, that demonstrates to you, you've seen 3 commodities there, all with very different profiles, and perhaps of all of them, the sugar contract has the most extreme, if that's the right word. Certainly the highest tick count at any rate on the 5 minute. I can't remember what the other 2 were off the top of my head now, but they're certainly well below this level. I think even they may be in double figures. So again, it demonstrates this huge difference in the tick settings for each of the markets, whether it's commodities, whether it's stocks. I'm going to do some on stocks as well, whether it's currency futures, whether it's index futures. Whatever it is you're trading, this is how it works. So I hope you've enjoyed that particular video. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon, and bye for now.